I want to share a little story with ya. I want to tell you a story. Shady, hear me? Okay, it goes like this. Kasala don't bust you all deal. The kingdom of darkness.
I'm here to give my 2 penny, my comments, my thoughts regarding the Nigerian Senate saga and Senator Natasha that was suspended. I have been really short of words, to be honest. I have to say I have been really short of words. But I mean, where do we really start? This issue of what's going on, and a lot of things go on in Nigeria. A lot of things normally go on. Injustice. Nigeria is known for injustice, despite this nation being one of the greatest on the planet. The things that we hear, the things that happen in the country is not befitting for a wonderful country like Nigeria. The things that we experience, that our people experience, is not befitting for a country like Nigeria, all because of the government, the people that are in power, the corrupt leaders that are in power. I personally do not want to cast a lot of judgment on the case of Natasha, but I will give my own opinion based on the general occurrences that have been happening in Nigeria, the injustice, jungle justice, for example. We see that is what is happening with Senator Natasha's case. She's been already judged. She's already, they've passed judgment, especially the very shocking part of the matter. The person that is being accused is the jury, the judge, the executioner on his own matter. Is that not pure abuse of power? I am concerned because I'm a woman and I have a daughter and I'm a mother. I'm really passionate about anything that affects our children in general, boy and girl, the next generation coming up, what they're seeing, what they're learning, what they're learning to do. And this is why a lot of people feel like Nigeria cannot change because of the deep-rooted corruption. And everybody just feels like, well, nobody cares. We're all the same. We just have to go there and do our own, chop our own and go. Nobody wants to, take a stand. Nobody wants to take a stand in terms of values, principles, integrity, things that are, things that true people, true men should live by. Cheating people, killing people. This is just going on and on in Nigeria. And it's really ridiculous. And this case of Senator Natasha is so heartbreaking because we saw how everything transpired in the House of Senate, how this lady stood up. And it seems that obviously she was coming from a place of pain and frustration. It may be that, yes, she's acted out of frustration, played out her emotions, but she felt like she was doing it for a true cause. She was doing it for something that she has true conviction about. And that's why she stood up. People protest. This lady represents a whole region of people in Kogi, I believe. And she has been silenced, and the way that they did it in the house was so appalling. All the men ganging up, including the so-called chairman of ethics, who we now learn one or two things about. We don't really want to go into it. How does this person with such tainted story, he's got questionable things about him, and he's now, imagine a lawyer who apparently seems to be evidence floating around that he has been this bad. He's now the chairman of ethics. Unbelievable. And before they could even put anything forward, before they could say Jack Robinson, they've already ruled against it, thrown the petition out, disbarred her, and now trying to bring it under the cover of her behavior. This is ridiculous. All people watching are not children. We're not stupid. This is Nigeria has born a nation of amazing scholars, brilliant people, educationists, people of great values, integrity. And then this government of Nigeria think that they can just come and be playing out their stupidity on television and thinking that everybody is gullible and everybody believes it. Definitely, they have something to fear. There's something that this man, Mr. Akpoti, I believe, Akpabio, sorry. This man, Mr. Akpabio, there's something that he's scared about because the rate at which they've already castigated this woman. They want to paint her in the baddest light, despite the fact that she's the one complaining. But they want everybody to believe. And I do not buy all these things happening in social media X, and there's so many men on the case. And that's one question. Let's start from there. Why is it that so many men in Nigeria are the ones judging this case, or in the public opinion, in the Senate, in the government? Men are the ones. And I have seen a few men of great values and character who are speaking about the injustice of what's happening to this woman, the Senator Natasha. Some few men cannot take it, who have the strength of character. They know the truth. They understand whether they have children or not, whether they have a daughter or not. They are just men of principle, of honesty, men who stand for the truth. So why is it that, apart from the very few, every other man on the Nigerian news channel, all of them are, she's this, she's that, she's got a bad, there are a lot of men, and the men, they are playing out their ego and pride on national television. We can see through it. Men deserve to be praised because they are the bedrock of generation. And that is just for men who know that they have this responsibility and are actually living by it. And those are the few men that are speaking out against the injustice that is happening to this Senator Natasha. However, majority of men, especially coming from our nation, Nigeria, they feel entitled. They feel it's unbelievable. This case is an example is showing how misogynist of a nation Nigeria is. The men are chauvinist. They think that, the people cannot question them. People cannot say anything. It's so appalling that just a handful of women in Nigeria are also speaking out. They are all being cautious in the way they phrase it, the way they say it on the news, all those Nigerian news channels. I've seen one, maybe is it Channels or is it The View, one of the newscasters in The View was questioning one man, one lawyer in America. And the man is already casting all sorts of aspersions on this Natasha and the things. And, I believe maybe it's blackmail and things. And all this lady just said this, let's not go there. What do you mean, let's not go there? Why can't you just tell him straight that, sir, really, from what you're saying, it's not right that you are casting aspersions on the case. It sounds like you are judging the Senator Natasha. You are just already ruling on the judgment like she is guilty, giving a completely guilty verdict. And you are not, and it seems biased. A lot of men in Nigeria are coming from their biased viewpoint because they are men. And they are more likely to do what this Natasha is accusing or complaining about the Senate president. They are more likely to do it. They are the kind of people that harass women, sexual harassment. And it's true. I've seen a couple of videos. There's one about, one person that posted on is supporting the Natasha. And I saw the video of this lady who spoke so articulately about the case, and I so agree, because whether this Senator Natasha is saying the truth or not, she has not been investigated, she has not been given any due process. When they are trying to silence her, you can imagine how many Nigerian girls, and it's ongoing, being harassed by men in the country. We know about so many cases of people in the university or secondary school, or especially university. We hear a lot of cases of one lecturer trying to sleep with, with a student or VC or whatever it is. Then they try to sexually harass the girl. or most women, girls are more victims of this case we're talking about, of this sexual harassment. It's ridiculous. If they silence this woman who is all the way in the Senate, how can young girls they've not even started speaking out. Maybe one or two people is thinking, can I have the courage? And then right now they just silence them completely, bam, because they would think like, oh God, this lady all the way up there, she's being silenced, we can't even speak. They will always live with the trauma of all the harassment they've been through because they are women. They are sexualized, they are objectified. This is what a lot of Nigerian men think about women. Objectify women, they think they own women. By the way, let me be clear. I love the rule of family, a man and women living and respecting each other. A lot of things are earned. It is not by right. Men think it's their right. So a man, if we come from the biblical viewpoint, a man has been charged. All these things they use, a woman must submit, you must submit. No, actually no. In the same place that you are quoting from, he charges the man first to be the one to love, to care, to cherish, to do all these things. That's why the man is seen as a leader. Leader leads by example. So any man that is doing a leading by example, a woman can worship. I will worship any such man that is leading by example, not by right, not by, man and the king. No, you will never get any respect. Therefore, if this man, leader Akpabio, was leading by example, he had not overstepped, he has not trespassed, definitely there will not be any cause for this lady. I mean, she's married, she's a married person. Why would she want to put herself out there like that? Is it easy to put somebody's self out there like that in Nigeria? You think that she doesn't know a bit about the repercussion that can happen to her? But it's because this woman has conviction. She is a woman of conviction and principle. She is dying by her principle. She's a person that is ready to die by her principle. From the way I see how she's playing out her case. She's that kind of person. So you now have all these young people who have mothers who were born by women on social media, on X and on the likes of it, who probably have been paid, a lot of them paid, to start trying to paint this woman as the person who is a bad person. They are trying to make her look like the villain, whereas she's not the villain. In my opinion, she is the victim here. Even if she was not supposed to have been seen by the victim, the response of this so-called Senate on the case is beyond comprehension. They've already dabaru everything, like just scattered everything. Immediately, there's people protesting on the street, women of where Senator Akpabio is from. Don't label our son. They were paid people. They all paid. We know how Nigeria works. And then we have on the other side some men too protesting that they all been paid. They're all paid people, because this case has only been, literally this woman definitely acted out of a lot of frustration on the floor in the Senate. But then there's been, people were scared. They started to whip up everything quickly to try to make her look like the villain, like the person, she wants to lie on the man, she wants to do this. We know that some men are victims to these things, but we can see. Because a man, if there was nothing to hide, if a man had true conviction, and they have dignity and integrity in their character, a lot of people have said it would have been best for the man to lead by example, maybe recuse himself, give a statement in a separate thing, say that, he supports due process for this thing to go through. People will start to even connect with him and start to feel like, oh, maybe this woman is lying on him. But because of power, he was scared and everything. He became the judge, the jury, the executioner on his own case. In the place, they were debating about some, maybe for her to render apology. And I've seen the video. It was clear the nays had it. This man said the eyes have it. What eyes have it? Definitely the man is abusing his power. And it's because he's scared of the truth, because it's true what's happening. What this woman is talking about is true. It's likely true from the way he's behaving. And the way the old Senate has behaved, the old Senate are behaving, and a lot of men are in support of him because they're all eating from the same pot. They're all eating from the same pot. They all have, look at that man. One that was on Channels TV again was talking about that, this Akpabio is his boss, but he was speaking in favor of Akpabio. Yes, because it's your boss. Why are people getting opinion from people who work under Akpabio? What is the integrity of these Nigerian news channels? They need to seek out proper people. People who are giving balanced opinion. Law. Not just people who are biased because they are eating and chopping money, chopping from the place, and then they will now come and start painting the lady as the villain, as if she's trying to use her sexuality as a woman to get no. And before I finish this, the most issue is the women's response in Nigeria, and leading by, especially coming from, what's it called, the First Lady of Nigeria. Have you heard what the First Lady of Nigeria is talking about? No, sorry, madam, with all due respect, nonsense. Why would the First Lady of Nigeria not take a view? She's talking about this thing should have been shut down before it started. What do you mean, madam? Come on. A lot of women cannot do that. A lot of women don't know how to do that because of the nation of Nigeria is run by his powerful men craze. They are intoxicated with ego, pride, power. A woman cannot speak, you should not challenge or do anything. Is that not what we are seeing already with this Senator Natasha's case? Maybe she was just trying to play it cool. Maybe she didn't want to, over blow it out of proportion. She must have just been very cautious. She must have been cautious all along because of this type of thing that is happening right now. A lot of men don't take no for an answer because they think they are kings without earning it. They haven't earned it. They think they are kings. So how can madam it's really shocking the type of comment she was giving, talking about the Senate is a place of honor, mature mind. Is this mature mind? Madam, my First Lady, ma, have you seen how they are doing in this place, the Senate house, that you are saying that is a place of honor? Have you seen the way they are behaving there? Is a place of honor. Even you, ma, when you were in the house, you stood your ground. That's what Miss Senator Natasha is doing. And she's complaining and saying it's coming from, she's seeing it as sexual harassment because of what had transpired between her and the Senate president. How can you not understand that as a woman? And it makes us feel that it's all because of this second term of Tinubu, that nobody wants to speak up against anybody who are going to support the process of the second term, who are going to be all the cabals in the second term. Nobody wants to speak to ruffle any feathers. How can you not understand this? What girls are going through, Madam Tinubu? A lot of girls, young girls, are being sexually harassed in universities, in secondary school. How can you not say? Are you saying that those ones should shut it down before it starts? How? Everybody has responsibility for their own action. Another man has even said, our beauty is a problem, and any man must look to the side. Can you believe this? My goodness, unbelievable. Men have no strength of character anymore. Men cannot have any strength of character anymore. You cannot have self-control anymore. Nobody is responsible for you doing anything. Everybody is responsible for your own action. You made a choice. If you want to turn your head to look at beauty, you made the choice too. This is the thing. Nigerian men, you have to start wondering how we got here. It's for the foundation, the upbringing of a lot of people. This is why a lot of men now ruling us are now making everything, is causing a lot of disaster. This is disaster in the society, because you have to wonder, it all starts from this foundation of the home. How people have brought up the values, all those values and the teachings that they've been cultivated into themselves from when they were young. Because if the world is crashing down, it doesn't mean you should crash down with it. If someone steals, it doesn't mean you should steal with them. If someone it's ridiculous because you're a man, it's not an excuse. You're a man, so she's at fault for looking the way God has made her. That it's a problem. Can you believe it? Everybody, can you believe it? I am really flabbergasted by this whole case transpiring. And I'm speaking out from a place of being a woman, in terms of, because not just being a woman, standing up for the truth, really, for the girls and even for our children, for the boys. Because if all these men are behaving like the way they are behaving, how will the younger boys grow up to behave? Look at what they are seeing. They will be feeling entitled too when they grow up. It's ridiculous. It is unbelievable. A lot of people saying so many things. It is unbelievable. We want this to follow due process. A woman cannot be victimized. She cannot be harassed. She cannot be shut down because of a nation that are full of misogynist and chauvinist people, of men. We appreciate the good men that are standing up, speaking up to this case. We appreciate you because you are men of character, men who have great conviction, who stand up for the truth. These are the kind of people that we love. These are the kind of people that we love, who will not bend, who will not bow for nonsense. We appreciate you, men. And we hope that these men will continue to support the voice of true women. For women not to be treated like slaves, objectified, harassed, whatever it may be. Everybody, always remember that. Everybody has responsibility for their own action. Not that because women do this, you have responsibility for your own action. We talk about, what's it called? Domestic whatever. If a woman is shouting, running her mouth, yes, she's doing that, it's wrong. We know it's wrong. But if you slap her, you made the choice. You don't have self-control in your own heart, in your own mind. You don't have self-control. Why can't you walk out? Why can't you step out? Why can't you take a walk? Yes, let them correct the woman, But you are not supposed to be behaving badly and be saying that it's somebody else's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It is you. Take responsibility and accountability for your own action. We shall be back on Senator Natasha's case and many more. Anything that we find that is not right, we are going to be calling it out. By the way, my name is Natasha, and I'll see you soon.